Welcome to Fair Game. I'm Kristine Leahy. My guest today has literally done it all. He's a hip-hop icon, an award-winning actor, writer, producer, and co-founder of the Big Three, Ice Cube. It is good to meet you.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Okay, before we get started, I have to ask you, when is the last time you messed around and got a triple-double?
Oh, damn, it's been a long time. You know, I retired. It was a trip because I used to play in the NBA Entertainment League when they would play at Crossroads out here in LA, and you know, they gave us uniforms, they gave us, you know, refs. I see some of the refs actually doing NBA games, and so it was kind of cool to just be like weekend warriors. But then I saw dudes getting pro injuries. I saw a dude like tears ACL. I saw a dude Achilles pop, and I'm like, do I want a pro injury and I'm an amateur? No. So I just retired.
Okay.
Yeah.
If there was a sequel to that song today, what would a good day look like to you?
Oh man, you know, it's, you know, probably just, you know, sitting down, you know, watching some sports, you know, eating Funyuns, you know.
Funyuns?
It wouldn't be, you know, it ain't too much to make me happy nowadays.
I gotta tell you, after Straight Outta Compton came out and the Cruising Down the Street in my 6'4", I like played a joke with everybody and I would text everyone, hey, what are you doing? So that they would be like, hey, what are you doing too? And I would say, cruising down the street in my 6'4". It's all the time.
It's a beautiful California line right there.
So I know that you are a big Lakers fan.
Yeah.
The Lakers have been in the news lately for all the wrong reasons.
Yes.
Your thoughts on Magic stepping down and then what he said about Pelinka?
Well, I mean, you know, Magic can do what he want to do.
Okay.
I was surprised he stepped in, to be honest, knowing all the things he have on his plate and all the things that he accomplished with the Dodgers. And so I was surprised that he even took the job, and see him step down like that, you know, I'm shocked because I'm actually on my way to the game that night. And so it was shocking because, we knew this was the last game, and nobody knew what was going to happen with Luke. Well, we kind of, but so, you know, I think, to be honest, Magic did the right thing. You know, if you really feel like you can't be yourself, if you really feel like the organization is not really, you know, going off your lead, even though you have that title, it's probably time to move on.
What about him going kind of scorched earth on Rob Pelinka?
I mean, you know, you got to let the truth out. You know, the thing is with Magic, you know, I saw him as being a lot of cover for Rob Pelinka. You know, if anything went bad, everybody was going to blame Magic. And if anything looked good, you know, I think, you know, Rob was going to stick his head out and say, hey, we did a good job, right, Magic? So I always thought he was covered for the guy anyway. And, you know, now we can really see what Rob can do, and we can see actually who was the better exec. Magic did bring LeBron, so hats off for that.
That is true.
I didn't think that was going to happen.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
Neither did I. We'll see if they can get anybody else, though, aside from LeBron. That seems tough.
I mean, if that's all Magic does, you know, with his little tenure,
you're good?
I'm happy with that, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's talk Big Three. It's going into its third season later this month.
Yes.
Where did the idea for this come from?
Well, I've had the idea of 3-on-3. You know, I've grew up playing it, loved it, wondered why it wasn't elevated to a professional level. Had seen a lot of like tournaments in the parking lot. You know, like they do it in the parking lot for like, you know, an amateur kind of come, you know, pickup game-ish. But why isn't it professional? Why can't I go to an arena and see this with players that I want to see? And so that idea lay dormant in my head. And then, you know, watching Kobe, you know, wind his career down, you know, I'm like, it's going to be a point where I can't see this guy play basketball anymore. And I will still pay to see him. And it's probably a lot of people out there like me. And then the ideas start to kind of, you know, germinate, I guess, and build and grow. And I start talking with my partner, Jeff, and we argue for a year and a half over rules and structure and model and, you know, what this league needs to be. And then we kind of, one day we looked at each other, and our whole thing was like, are you ready to burn the boats? because that's what we're about to do. We're about to burn the boats. We're about to go into the sports world, and there's no turning back. And we just went for it. And luckily, things are like, kind of like trending our way. So
yeah, it was a hit. Are you surprised at how fast it became really popular?
Not surprised because, I knew that the guys could still play.
Yeah.
I knew that, with some, practice, we'd be good at presenting the games. And I knew fans needed a fix for the summer. I knew, like, the summer, fans hibernate. Like, when the finals is over, like, don't wake me up until, like, the first, game one of NFL. So
yeah.
I knew we had a window where we could be successful if we just did it with class. And, thanks to, the guys at Fox, they took a chance with it year one, and they, was able to put the shine on it, so, we were able to step up and move to CBS, and we believe that they're going to take us over the top.
Okay, so part of why you started this is the idea of Kobe.
Yeah.
Would Kobe ever play in the Big Three?
I have no idea. I've been like, Kobe has a restraining order.
On you?
Because every time I see him, every time I think about it, I ask him to play.
Yeah.
And I'll never stop because I feel like a competitor like that is going to get the itch one day. And why not? Right now they probably take a lot of summer vacations because they're used to it. But
yeah.
when those wind down,
you think that there's a chance for Kobe to be there?
Why not, man? It's a chance for everybody. We got Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf out there. He's 50 years old.
That's amazing.
Still giving dudes buckets. So we're always here to scratch that itch, if you get it.
You have a lot of new guys coming in this year. You have Lamar Odom and Gilbert Arenas, like characters, both of them. Who are you most excited to see play this year?
Man, come on, no chill Gil. Come on now, Gilbert, like Agent Zero.
For real though, he was on this show and I could not believe the things coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, I mean, he's like pure entertainment, what this league needed, a shot in the arm from a personality, like, and a guy that can play,
Yeah.
And a guy with a mystique, Allen Iverson, had that mystique for us year one. I think Nate Robinson keeps that mystique around him. And now we have another, like, mystique guy, a guy that people just love to see him play.
What about Carmelo?
I would love it. I don't want to be disrespectful and ask him to come play in the Big Three when he, has his eye on the NBA still, So, but I think playing in the Big Three will get him back in the NBA.
Oh,
so
interesting.
That's an option for him at some point. But I think he still belongs in the NBA, and I don't understand how a league and a fan base can turn on a player that good so fast. It's mind-boggling.